Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of The Top Cut. I'm Josue Crim's Rohano.
Rohano? Are you sure that's
Michael
your name?
Pram, Kyle Sukovich, Andrew Holt. And actually, this week we've got a special guest, Isaiah Middleton.
What's up?
What's going on, my friend? For those of them that don't know you, can you please introduce yourself a little?
I'm Isaiah Middleton. I run a channel called Fried Chicken and Rice. I'm from Washington State, and this is my first competitive season. I'm currently 10th in North America somehow, I guess, and I'm looking forward to National Worlds.
All right. And you mentioned that this is your first season. Does that mean? Well, I mean, obviously, it's going to mean this is going to be your first Nationals. Are you excited for this? And if so, what are you most excited for?
I'm very excited. I'm counting down the days, and I'm mostly excited to see some of the people that I've been looking forward to seeing, and some of the people that I saw in Houston when I went down to the Southern Plains Regional.
Okay, so you actually have met most of your friends that that live across the country. This is going to be kind of like a second time seeing them. All right, that's cool. That's cool. I remember, for me at least, the first time I actually went to Nationals. It was the first time I had ever met, most of these people who I interact with online. And it was, I mean, that part was the craziest experience. It's just sitting there going like, well, yeah, you guys can interact all the time on Poka Gym or Hey Trainer or whatever, but it's totally different when you guys are together, and it's just, for the most part, it's just like the biggest blast in the world. But yeah, so for everybody that's here and doesn't know, we are 8 days away, actually, from the Pokemon TCG National Championships in the United States. Jeez, man, it almost feels like it was yesterday that we had Nationals, and Justin Sanchez had just won. So here we are now, and what, Kyle?
No, bad memories, right?
I don't know about you, man, but I remember me and Pram were sitting there just watching the game, commentating,
standing there. There were no chairs.
Commentating, and enjoying what was actually a pretty epic match, and unfortunately had a pretty ridiculous ending, but it was a great time, and it was a great memory. I'm sure it wasn't so much for you, but so be it. And I can't wait to do it all over again. 8 days away, it's crazy. This week we're going to be talking a lot about, preparation for Nationals, much like we did last year. And we're talking a lot about what's going on at Nationals, what's going on for the Top Cut at Nationals, and then we're going to be focusing on your guys' viewer questions. So if you guys can please ask the questions on our Facebook page. I believe it's Top Cut Pokemon, facebook.com/TopCutPokemon. And obviously we'll get to them very soon this week. So I guess let's just get started. Let's talk about Nationals preparation first. What goes into Nationals preparation for us as individuals aside from playtesting? Like, do we focus on who we're going to be staying with, what we're going to be doing when we get there, etc.? So we'll start with Drew, actually.
This is the worst question ever.
Hey, man. That's all I got, all right?
So, I go on the internet, and I go on Priceland.com. I like to do a little negotiating.
You negotiate with William Shatner?
He's a hard negotiator, but I get the best of him. So I do that, take care of that. Usually stay with Tom Dolezal and Andrew Mondak. They're local kids. I like to keep it local. I don't want any serial killer from out of state staying with me, so just people I'm friends with, the usual crowd. What else? What other parts of the question were there?
What you're planning on doing when you actually get there, who you're planning on hanging out with.
I'm gonna
time to burn some bridges.
Check into my hotel room first, probably. Then probably get some food. I don't know what's around the area.
I'm asking for specific details, man.
Come on, man. Start some drama. Burn some bridges. Who aren't you hanging out with?
Well, everyone is staying at the Embassy Suites, right? Yep.
Yeah.
So if you want to hang out with the cool kids, Embassy Suites is where you want to be. I think they have a happy hour, 4 to 7, so that's where all the cool kids will be.
Sure do.
And I'll probably head over there. I think they're doing a softball game on Thursday, so probably do that too. Just try to hang out with my friends before Nationals, and then do some play testing at night.
All right. What about you, Pram? Burn your bridges.
Let's see. before nationals, let's see, I decide who I want to stay with. Basically, whoever won a free room, and I go, hey, I need a room. And let's see. So once you get there, I don't actually. I mean, I playtest a little bit before I get to nationals, but not too much. And I don't actually playtest heavy until I actually get there. But I just kind of have like lists that are kind of up to date. Something because everything changes that week. I think we've touched on this many times beforehand. So yeah, and things I'm going to be doing. Staying at the embassy, so I'm going to be with the cool kids, as Drew puts it. Let's see, people I will not be hanging out with. I don't know, the Great White Hope maybe. Definitely don't want to see a Crim. As little as possible. We'll be hanging out with Kyle. And
you burned enough bridges, man. Just shut up.
I will be hanging out with Tom Dozel, Mondag, Drew. I'll probably go by their room quite a bit. And yeah, pretty much it.
So Pram, what do you actually do at these tournaments, at nationals, at worlds, when you're there? I guess that's the question that I'm really trying to ask you guys. What do you guys do when you're not playing at the Pokemon tournament? What obviously we all like to hang out, but do we do anything specific, like say softball or specific places that we like to hang out at?
If you like to see a lot of people who don't play softball, except for once a year, play softball, come by the LaFontaine softball game. Most of us are terrible, some more than others, but then some of us are actually really, really decent. I won't say good comparatively to everyone, but really good compared to everyone else.
Robbie's pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know if he's good compared. Yeah, I don't know if he's good comparative
to
us, or if he's just actually like really, really good. I don't know, because I have nothing to compare him by. But
because we play softball once a year.
Yeah, we play softball once a year. You know, the real serious people will go to a batting cage maybe the week of, and try to get their accuracy up.
Kyle Steve.
So, you know, that little investment at the batting cage will make you look really good. And it's pretty much the softball game. And then, honestly, we just kind of play test. There's some good restaurants like Pooka de Gapo I like going to.
What?
Pooka de Beppo.
Is that it?
Pooka de Beppo.
Beppo?
Pooka de Beppo.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Pooka de Beppo, alright? De Beppo.
You know, I go there once a year. Like, I know roughly what it's called. And Steak and Shake. Pretty much living on that.
Great restaurants like Steak and Shake.
It's a bad restaurant.
Yeah. But the milkshakes are great. You can get 2 milkshakes, half and half, and they just go. That.
The fries are so bad.
Hey man, you're gonna realize pretty quickly you take what you can get at nationals.
Popeyes.
You know, and
Steak and Shake. There's noodles.
Food court.
Actually, there's more stuff in Indianapolis than there has been anywhere else. But
yeah,
once it gets late. Once it gets late
bad.
and you're like, I want some food, it's like, oh, Steak and Shake's open.
You remember that sports bar?
Steak and Shake's open.
Oh, there's a wing place.
No, there's a sports bar that we always used to go to. Or I should
think
say
I've been there.
We can go get that. We can go to that steak place.
We're not going back there, man.
Wait. Maybe we can find a pigeon? No. It's not pigeon. No.
What?
Whale.
It's quail.
Quail?
Yeah.
Quail's good, man. Have you never had quail?
No.
I have a feeling I will soon, but
we went to St. Elmo's. That's where we went last year.
St. Elmo's
when I win nationals, I'm picking where we go eat.
Deal.
And I'm gonna make it like the most like weird place, on purpose. I may like hate the place, but I'm gonna make you eat weird shit.
Man. You know, the only thing I've been thinking about ever since we started talking about that softball game is Kyle is the biggest walking gimmick of all time. This dude is seriously. If you guys actually got to know this guy, he's actually a funny guy. Now I don't think he tries to be, but he is. We always walk towards the batting, or not towards the batting place, but we always walk towards the baseball field, the softball field, and this guy walks with his freaking South Park shirt and his big old sunglasses, and he tries to act all cool, and he's got his microphone on, and he's trying to interview people. Man, Hotbit, that's what you try to be.
Hotbit?
Yeah, he's Kyle's Hotbit Jr., man, and he's a cool guy. He's a funny guy, but it's just the little things I think that count.
I think it's more like I think he's like funny deadpan humor, funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just think that all these things they add on to the experience that's Nationals, because I mean Nationals wouldn't be Nationals without Hotbit Jr.
What a hater, man.
It's not even hating. I'm giving you a compliment.
There's an obvious sense that you were just making fun of me, and you're trying
no.
to make it sound like a positive.
I clearly would have done better if I was trying to make fun of you. But all right, Kyle, it's your turn. What do you do at Nationals?
I mean, like you were saying, you got to find out who you're staying with first. I think that's actually a big part of the event. You want to have good roommates, because these are people you're going to be spending a lot of time with for like the entire week, depending on how long you're going. So your roommates, in a way, make your trip. If you have bad roommates, you might not have a very good time. But if it's people that you can, I mean, I guess it's kind of like come home to every night and have fun with and just talk about the day, that's pretty important, I think. Other than that, the first day you get there is kind of neat. You get to reunite with everybody. So, yeah, you just try to enjoy the people that, I mean, you only get to see once a year pretty much. These are friends that you're probably going to talk to almost every day online, but they live all the way across the country. So you're going to show up, hang out, make the most of your time. You know, you're going to want to play Pokemon, I'm sure, but really not as much play testing is going to happen as you probably want. If it does, it's probably not going to make your trip too fun. So the number one priority is always to have fun, because at the end of the day, these tournaments are just social events for the most part. It's cool to win nationals and whatnot, but really it's just all about seeing your friends again and having a good time. So for us, we do stupid stuff that changes every year. We don't have any set traditions besides the softball game, which is almost not happening anymore. I don't know if it will or not, but everybody gets really tired when we do that, so it ends up not being a good idea. I'm surprised actually nobody's gotten hurt yet, to be honest.
Playing softball?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, do we actually really strain ourselves? What do we do?
Some bat throwers,
lightly
man.
jog across the place?
Dude, I remember one year when Luke was playing,
Oh.
he went all out, and he was heading towards second, and I think Jason was like standing on second trying to get the ball, and Luke just dove right into him. Like, he just slid with the intention of taking him out. And he not only did it once, he did it twice.
I remember.
I think Jason hated Luke for like 2 years after that.
I think he still hates Luke because of it.
Oh, absolutely. I think he's actually banned from all softball games for life. Poor guy.
So,
Well,
I'm
we're all
surprised people haven't
competitive, dude.
gotten
We're all
hurt.
competitive by nature.
Yeah,
That's how
but
we are.
when you combine uncoordinated with competitive in a physical sport, usually doesn't end too well.
Very true.
We've been lucky to not have any injuries.
Hey man, it just runs in our blood.
I don't know. All I know is that without Matt Moss, I feel like we actually might be in worse shape than if he had been there. Because normally it's our team. Me and Kyle play on the same team usually, and the opponent's team is we do. The opponent's team is Jason, Moss, and Alex Brousseau, among others. And Matt Moss has to be the biggest asset to our team of all time. That guy is not named Butterfingers for no reason. He's always the first baseman, and he's always constantly dropping the softball. Like, it can be the lightest toss of all time, and he's constantly just sitting there fumbling around. He gives some of the heavier people like myself enough time to be able to actually get to the base. So without him now, we're actually probably going to be in a little bit of trouble. I don't know what we're going to be able to do to counteract this.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll move past softball. It's not too exciting.
It's exciting for me, man. These are good memories for me. But yeah, either way, is there anything else that you wanted to add on?
Yeah, that's what I was getting to, man.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, just try to enjoy your time with each other. Just do stupid stuff. I mean, one year we brought an Xbox, and we just started playing wrestling video games in the middle of our hotel room, which seems pretty dumb. Like, you travel all the way to Nationals just to play video games, but, I mean, when it's with friends you only get to see once or twice a year. It makes it a lot more fun. So just find stuff you can do together, whether it's Pokemon, going out to dinner, playing softball, whatever it is. I'm sure you'll find a way to make the event enjoyable. And then the night before is probably when most testing gets done, because you're like, oh yeah, that tournament's tomorrow. So that's when you probably decide what deck to play.
Hey man, that video game, that reinvigorized my love for Gold Dust.
Mine too.
Oh man, is Eric isn't going to be going this year, right?
Nah, just Matt.
Does Matt have enough points?
Nope, he does not.
I wonder if that's going to be the story for a lot of people. Hopefully it won't be. And I do kind of sincerely wish that they would let these people play, just maybe not get the swag. That'd be ideal, I think, but I don't know. But yeah, either way, the play point thing is another discussion left for another day. We'll have to see how that actually affects Nationals numbers, because it's going to be pretty interesting to see. But either way, Isaiah, you obviously have not gone to Nationals before. You obviously have never had to prepare for Nationals before. How are you preparing for it now?
I guess I'm not really preparing in terms of playtesting. I feel pretty confident in a deck for Nationals, but there's always these last-minute changes. Like, you're like, wait a second, I didn't realize that was that good, or this would be a problem. Just tonight, I just realized that I might have a problem with the deck I was going to use and need to make some last-minute changes. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to be playtesting like everyone else, but we'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah. What are you planning on doing when you actually get to Nationals?
I'm not really I'm gonna try not to playtest as much at Nationals, because I'd rather, have the social experience. I'm looking forward to hanging out with all these people that I either haven't seen yet or am seeing for the second time. And yeah, I honestly don't even care whether or not I do really well at Nationals. I mean, it'll be nice, but I'm just there for the experience, I think.
Okay. How are you doing play points or championship points wise, by the way?
I'm at 55 right now, I think.
So you're completely safe.
I wouldn't say completely. You never know.
Are you in the top 15?
10th, I think.
Said he's 10th, man. You gotta listen.
I would like to personally apologize on behalf of Kyle for his bad mood today. I don't know if he woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but either way, moving on.
He already told you he was 10th in North America. So
I
you
remember
need to
that.
listen.
I remember that.
I am doing the hosting. I cannot listen to everybody, unfortunately. I try
you
to.
can't listen.
Every once in a while, I do miss something. But
Every
either way,
once in a
continue.
while, yeah.
Continue, Isaiah. I apologize for Kyle's rude interruption.
And I won't be staying at Embassy, unfortunately. But I'll be at a hotel that's actually kind of far off. I'm going to be next to the Lucas Oil Stadium, so it's kind of a walk. But I'm going to try to be at Embassy a lot, because a lot of my friends will be there and stuff. I'm staying with my friend Fizzy Stardust. He's got a YouTube channel, if you don't know who he is. And yeah, just have a lot of fun. It'll be a Hay Trainer formal dinner, so I get to wear a fancy suit.
Heard a lot
and
about
eat out.
that. Sounds kind of cool. Who are your Hay Trainer friends that you're planning on hanging out with the most, by the way, if you'd like to give a shout out?
There are way too many people to shout out. Like, I plan to hang out with as many people as possible. Mainly the Dream Team, Brooke Pybus, Brad Curcio, Destin Zimmerman, Adam Garcia, Travis Cimaroli, and Aaron Curry.
It's a big group. That's cool. I'm sorry. Okay, so you're going to be doing your Nationals playtesting at home, not going to playtest very much while you're actually there, going to hang out with everybody just like everybody else. You're not very nervous at all for your first national experience. You already have pretty much the world's invite locked up in the bag. What's going through your mind? Are you just thinking, all right, hang out, let's do a little bit of... by the way, are you going to be doing anything for your website while you're there? I know you obviously mentioned you have fried chicken and rice. Are you guys going to be doing any type of recording, any type of interviews or anything like that?
I've thought about it. I figure you guys got that unlocked, so there's not too much that I can do personally. But it would be nice to, vlog maybe, or just, do some Twitter updates, something of that nature. We'll see what happens.
That's cool. Yeah, actually, I think we should all try to focus a little bit more on Twitter. That's a good thing you mentioned that, because I really do want to see if we can push the Twitter thing a little bit more, because a lot of Pokemon players choose not to interact with Twitter, and it's such a useful tool. First of all, for immediate type of interactions throughout tournaments, especially something as big as nationals, because all you have to do is put a hashtag, something like hashtag U.S. Nats 2012 or something like that, and as soon as you click on that hashtag, boom, you can see how everybody's doing. And yeah, I mean, obviously you can skip through people who you might not necessarily know, but say you really want to pay attention to Kyle, and Kyle's, say, 4-0, or say he's on the bubble. The first thing he probably is going to do, since he's so excited once he actually wins his bubble match or loses his bubble match, is go hashtag US Nats 2011. Oh, darn, I lost my match. Or, hey, congratulations to me. I'm now in the top 128 or whatever. And that's how everybody really usually interacts in tournament situations for not necessarily just card games, but every other type of game. And it would be really cool if a lot of Pokemon players chose to do this. I know that the Top Cut is always going to be doing a lot of Twitter updates, and us personally, we started using Twitter quite a bit, and we like to do it ourselves. So it's just an easy way for everybody to interact, and I think it would help Pokemon grow quite a bit. And it's unfortunate that we don't actually do that very much.
One thing I just want to throw in is, even though we're going to try to be doing as much coverage as possible, there's no way we're going to be able to do like anywhere close to covering the event completely. So, like Isaiah, if you want to do other stuff, so there's definitely room for that. Like if you want to interview people, or even give like a vlog of how you're doing throughout the weekend, or even Twitter stuff, whatever. I mean, people just want to know what's going on, and we're only going to be able to give like a scope of whatever we're seeing. We don't have equipment to cover the entire tournament, so I'm sure people are going to be interested if you got anything to put out there too. So I wouldn't let us being there try to like bring you down or anything like that.
Yeah, I'll definitely try and do like some interviews, vlog videos, just kind of how I'm doing. But I meant more on the scale of like recording matches. I don't feel like I could do that personally.
Okay, I understand.
Understandable. Yeah, as far as the Top Cut's concerned, actually, before I even say this, please ask us questions on Facebook. We are going to be getting to that very soon, and we'll be happy to answer any type of questions that you guys have that are Nationals related, whether they be play-wise or not. But yeah, as far as the Top Cut's concerned, we do have a few plans. We have been in conversation with some of the Pokemon staff, and they look to be accommodating. Obviously, nothing's set in stone yet, and we're probably going to be having to deal with a lot of these things once we actually get to the tournament. But it looks like they will be accommodating us. We absolutely want to have a featured match section. We want to do live streaming if possible. If not, then obviously we'll record. And we want to have as many matches as possible. That's what we really want to do. And I know that Kyle and Pram and Drew also do want to focus more on this. So did you guys want to add anything on to what I just said? What we're planning on doing, or what our goals are for ourselves as the Top Cut in general?
Well, one thing I want to do is like deck profiles. I think that'd be something really cool. Just see what people are playing throughout the tournament. I think most people are kind of open on what they're playing once you actually start playing, because eventually, if you're at the top tables, everyone kind of knows what each other's playing. So I don't think there's a big secret there. And just like interviews and stuff. Maybe like bracket predictions once we get into Top Cut, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Now, yeah, that's actually a good thing you mentioned that. Obviously, nobody's forced to do featured matches. Nobody's forced to do deck profiles if they don't want to show off their deck. Absolutely, it's more than understandable. But I really do hope that we get out of that secrecy stage, because I don't know. It's not healthy for the growth of the game, and that's real. That might sound. I hope it doesn't sound selfish, because it's not selfish. But it might sound incorrect, but it isn't. In order to really grow the game, people need to be more willing to do their part in growing it, and I think that that's one big step that we need to take is just be more open with both our playing, being open to actually show people our matches and also deck profiles and stuff like that. So that's a very good point. But obviously nobody's forced to do these things. Kyle or Drew, did you want to add anything on?
Yeah. Obviously, we have like big plans for the game. You know, we want to get out there as much as possible. So I don't want to promise anyone anything, but we're gonna try to stream those games, make them look nice. Kyle's been working really hard on this. For anyone that saw that Battle Road the past weekend, that's the type of thing we're trying to do. So hopefully, we're able to do that at Nats. We've been talking with them. Hopefully, we can get an internet connection. We're trying to do featured matches, stuff like that. So, if all goes planned, it'll look great, and hopefully we can do that for you guys.
Absolutely. Kyle?
Yeah, the biggest part for me, well, number one is actually being able to stream matches. I think that'll be good. But beyond that, I think interviewing people is really important because one of the things that gets overlooked when we play this game is the people that are actually playing the decks. Really, what people focus on most of the time is what deck won, or what's this guy playing, what's in his deck, what crazy stuff is this guy playing, but not really the person who's actually piloting the deck. I don't think enough attention gets paid to that kind of stuff. So I would like to do more interviews just to get a sense of who the people actually are and get some more personalities involved, because I think that's what helps other games do really well. You get to know these personalities, and then you get behind them, you root for them, or you even hate them. That works too. So one of the bigger things I want to do is try to interview more people. But like you said, the deck profiles, that'll be cool as well. Really, we're not too experienced with this yet, so there's going to be a lot of bumps along the way, and we are trying to have commentary on the matches as the tournament progresses. In the beginning of it, that's probably not going to happen because, well, we're playing, but for the first 2 rounds I won't be playing because I have buys, so I'm going to try to do commentary if they let us, and then by day 3, that'll be probably when top 16 rolls around, we should be able to have commentary, means 2 commentators on the top 16 matches. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And also, someone mentioned we should do like a meet and greet, which I think would be cool, but I don't know if we're quite that important. So if you guys do see us at Nationals, don't be afraid to say hi. We always love to see fans and stuff like that. So it's just something else I wanted to throw out there. And also say hi to Isaiah.
Yeah, say hi to me.
Oh, I thought you meant you wanted to say hi to Isaiah. I was like, alright, go for it.
I'll do that too.
Yeah, basically the meet and greet is like the entire time we're there, so, you know, feel free. Say hi. We actually love saying hi to you guys. It really boosts our ego a lot, so please come do it.
Pram was actually upset at the Florida Marathon that more people came up to me to ask for an autograph than him.
I love Pram, man.
It was like the ratio, man. It was just like 2 to 1, and then like throughout the event, it grew to like 3 to 1. I was just like, oh no, this is just getting worse and worse.
Pram, this is actually his actual ego, just so you guys know. This is not a fake ego. This is not him just playing it up for the camera. No, this is him. 100%.
Pram's an open book, yeah.
Gotta love this guy. And with that, I think we're going to leave you guys for a couple of minutes. We're going to start answering some questions. This is going to be a show dedicated to your guys' questions. So hopefully you guys ask some good ones, and we'll be back.
All right.